everyone, welcome to the channel for everything Arsenal and everything football. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all doing well, and welcome to the match preview for Arsenal against Aston Villa. The last game, Matchweek 8, be the last one before the international break. Another annoying international break, a game we need to win. The last game before the last international break, we did win against Sheffield United and went into the international break with a win. I hope we replicate that. Aston Villa have started their season very well. Arsenal have just picked up recently. Aston Villa dropped off a bit in the last few games, but yeah, it's going to be a good game. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing the season so far for both teams, the all-time record, the last two meetings between the two teams, and of course at the end my lineup and my prediction for the game. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Man, it feels like we play Aston Villa every single time, just like Liverpool and City. We play them in a friendly, we play them at the end of last season, so it's always a good game against Aston Villa. So in total, we've won 83 games. They've won 67 and we've drawn 45. So the advantage is with us, but just slightly by around 16 games. And the 11 games that have been played between the two teams at the Emirates Stadium in the Premier League, Arsenal have won 6 times. Aston Villa have won 3 times, including the opening game of the 2014 season. You'll remember that very well. And they've been 2 draws. So that's the record at the Emirates Stadium between the two teams. In fact, we've at that time, going to Villa Park, we actually won more games from those seasons more than the ones we beat them at the Emirates Stadium. So it's kind of surprising, but still a good record, I guess. We got double their wins, but you'd expect it to be higher than that. We failed to beat them 5 times out of the 11 games at the Emirates Stadium, surprisingly. This season in total, Aston Villa have played 6 games. They have a game in hand against City to come. They've beaten Sheffield United 1-0. They beat Fulham 3-0. They beat Liverpool 7-2. Watching that game, Liverpool was playing a high line and Aston Villa could have had like 15 goals, and I'm not even joking. They also had a very good victory away to Leicester. Leicester team who've beaten Leeds, the Leicester team who've beaten Arsenal, they've beaten City, but they were brought back to earth, down to earth. They were first in the table, but they lost a couple of games to Leeds and Southampton, two very good teams too. Arsenal, we've also beaten Fulham 3-0. We've also beaten Sheffield United 2-1. We've beaten United recently, but we lost to Liverpool, we lost to City, we lost to Leicester. But in total, we've played 7 games and managed 4 wins and 3 losses. Both teams are on 12 points, but as I've said, Aston Villa actually have a game in hand. We could be 11th by the time we play. Right now we're 9th, but since we're playing the last game, we'd expect us to be like 14th by the time we play, but no, we actually have kind of a gap, and the only teams that can beat us that can pass us, before we play the last game on Sunday night are City. You'd expect them to get something from Liverpool maybe, but if they lose, we still stick to our position. And Crystal Palace against Leeds on Saturday, one of them will get past us, so we'll probably be 10th by the time we play. Let me now take a look at the last few meetings against Aston Villa. So surprisingly, the last 2 games we've played against Aston Villa, they've beaten us in both, and the third one before that, we actually struggled. We actually scored 2 goals in the last few minutes to get a 3-2 win at the Emirates Stadium. At the back end of last season, at their stadium, they beat us 1-0. In fact, if they lost that game, they would probably have been relegated. We actually gave them the boost to go and win their final game against WestHam, and they survived. But if we beat them here, they would have been relegated. So we actually let them stay in the Premier League. That was their first win against Arsenal at Villa Park since 1998, a total of 17 games later. For us, a record from that game actually meant that we'd lost 10 games. That is the 3rd successive season where we've lost 10 games. The only time we did that, like losing 10 games in 3 consecutive seasons, was back in 1981 to 1988, where we always lost 10 games, like 6-7 seasons. But recently, we have not really lost 10 games in 3 consecutive seasons. Maybe you lose 10 this season, and then next season you lose 6, and then maybe next season you lose 5, but not 10, 11, 12 in 3 seasons following each other. And then we also played them in September, a friendly match. They beat us 3-2. That was actually Ozil's last ever game for Arsenal. Probably he'll never play for us again. Aubameyang scored our 2 goals that day, and the last time they traveled to the Emirates Stadium, we beat them 3-2, as I mentioned. McGinn scored for them. Pepe scored his first goal for Arsenal through a penalty. Aubameyang actually gave him the penalty. They went straight back ahead within a minute. Wesley scoring. These guys are no longer there. Some are injured. Chambers scored for us, and Aubameyang finished the scoring with a very, very good free kick to win 3-2. And the last time before they were relegated in 2016, we beat them 4-0 at the Emirates Stadium. So it's always been a very, very good game. In fact, let me show you. There was also a game in 2014, under 21 game, where Diaby and Coquelin played. And I don't know, what the hell is that kit on screen right now? What was that kit we were wearing? I mean, yes, there have been some good games against Aston Villa, but that is the bad memory. What kind of kit were you wearing on that day? I mean, I know it wasn't the first team, but that was terrible. I wanted to point that out. That was absolutely terrible. So let me get back to the game. This is a game I wish we could win. Aston Villa have started well with 4 wins out of 6. The last 2 games they've lost. Can we get it? Can we inject and actually give them another defeat, hand another defeat to them? I really, really hope so. We beat Man U last week away from home, so if you go ahead and lose this game and fail to build up to that, it won't really matter. It will be like 1 step forward and 5 steps back, because if you win against United, you hope to win against Aston Villa at home, get 6 points out of 6 and build on that. So I hope you get something for that. But for now, let me get into what my lineup would be and my prediction. So for my lineup, I actually did a predicted lineup the other day, and it's kind of similar, but I changed the formation. I'm going with Leno in goal. Of course, it's going to be a really, really good battle between him and Martinez. I hope Martinez does well, but of course, I hope we score 5 goals past him. Bellerin as the right back, played very well in the last couple of games. Tierney on the left, you know what you're going to get from him. Gabriel probably has not played one bad game since he came. Probably the Liverpool game a few minutes, but all the other games he's dominated. Holding, and not actually the Liverpool game, I think it was the City game or something, but all the other games he's played very well. Holding has to keep his position. He played very well against United, so it will be unfair to drop him. Same applies to El Neni, Thomas Partey in the middle, and then I'd have Saka as the number 10. I don't want a 4-3-3. I want us to attack, so 4-2-3-1. With Aubameyang on the left, Pepe on the right, and Lacazette up front. All of them rested apart from Pepe midweek, but he's fresh to go again. And then on the bench, Ranasson, Luiz, who is back again, Xhaka, Niles, Willian, Ceballos, and Nketiah. If you need some attacking, you can take off El Neni and bring on Ceballos. If you need some defensive cover, some energy in the last few minutes, you can throw in Luiz, you can throw in Niles. But my prediction for the game, I think Aston Villa will score. They've scored 15 goals already this season, if I'm not wrong. 7 against Liverpool, 3 against Fulham. They even got 3 against Southampton, another one against Leicester. I think it's actually 15 goals, and we've only scored 9, but we have the best defensive record. But I think they'll actually inflict our 10th conceded goal this season. But not 10th, is it 10th goal? I think it's 7th goal this season. We've scored 9 and conceded 6. Yeah, I think that's the correct one. Yeah, so my prediction for the game, I'm going to go with Arsenal 3 and Aston Villa 1. I really hope we can get something from this game. 3 points would be very crucial. We could find ourselves 5th, 6th by the end of the week, so that will be good. There's a time it looked like we were going to be like 15th when we lost to City and Leicester. But yeah, let me know your prediction for the game. Let me know what your starting lineup would be, and yeah, who do you expect to score? Whether it's 1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals. Let me know that. Thank you for watching. Of course, I've started a membership right now. You can join my membership, and for more content and everything, like priority in streams and everything, I'll have the link in the description. I'd really appreciate that if you join and become part of the Everything Arsenal family. Thanks for watching. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys later.